All right, welcome back, Pokemon GO players, to another episode of the Purified Podcast. Today is December 27th, 2020. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. How are you guys doing?
How's it going, my good man?
It's been good. I don't know. It's been a wild week for sure.
It's been an interesting week for sure. Between a lot of news and a lot of things happening between Christmas. I mean, Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas. I don't know. I'm not British. So Merry Christmas, everybody.
I have heard from a few people that Happy Christmas is something people say, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, if you actually we're going a little off track here at the beginning of the podcast, but let me hear this right now. If you ever watch the Harry Potter movies, if you actually go and watch the very first movie when Harry and Ron, they're actually talking about Merry Christmas and everything, they're saying Happy Christmas instead of Merry Christmas. If you don't know, because I watched the movie when I was in Peru back in the day, then I didn't actually thought about it because it was just translation. But then I watched it in English again, and I was like, they do say Happy Christmas. Wow.
It's interesting.
Yeah, so to all the Europeans or anybody else who actually says Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever it is you celebrate, thank you for joining us once again. We're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news updates and ranting about Pokemon Go or other things because we love the game just as much as you do, of course. A quick reminder, Chris, that we actually got to let everybody know that we are part of the Professor Network. So check us out at professornetwork.com/Purified Podcast. Wonderful people, of course, to work with. We were going to do an interview with them. Things unfortunately got a little off sidetrack, so we'll definitely be checking out with them eventually. So maybe you'll listen to us more than just this podcast alone. So that'll be pretty cool when we get to that point. So don't worry about it. We'll get it. All right, Chris. Let's talk Shinies, Hundo, shift those gears. Let's see what we got. Take it back. All right, what you got for me?
I got some good.
What you good this week?
So I've been a good boy. But for the holiday event, I started out by getting 2 shinies.
Ooh.
2 of the same shiny. I got a female Snorunt and a male Snorunt.
Nice.
I was pretty happy about that.
At least one of them can become Mega Galide.
Exactly. The fact that Mega Glalie is a thing means that getting either of them is amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But Delibird, that was one I really wanted to get. So I'm happy I got the holiday costume for that.
Yeah.
And then I got a shiny Trico. I was like, no, not another one, please.
And another one.
And I actually got my final Clink of the family, my 3rd Clink. So I was pretty hyped for that.
Yeah. So the week started okay. I didn't get a lot of shinies at the beginning of the week though, but I did get an interesting one thanks to the Meow Balloon. So I got 1 shiny Shadow Scyther from the balloon early in the week when they started spawning. And then I was going into work, I think Christmas Eve. Yes, it was Christmas Eve. I was going into work, click on a Capchu, and a Capchu with the little rainbow is shiny for me. So that's pretty good too. I was okay with that. And I was like, cool, maybe that's gonna be, comes to show that, Christmas is gonna be nice and everything. Yeah, it was nice for the game, but it wasn't nice for me though. But I'll explain in a minute. Christmas Day, throughout the whole Meowth Balloon spawning every 2 hours, which was actually nice, I did get another shiny Shadow Scyther. So I have 2 now for the family, so it's actually kind of nice. Gonna check the ABS real quick on both of them, and the best that I have is the second one, I think, and doesn't matter, so we're just gonna evolve it right now because it is a shiny, beautiful Shadow Shiny that's gonna become a Scyther. I know, right? You haven't gotten any of those yet?
I haven't gotten the Pinsir or the Scyther yet. I think Scyther is definitely my main goal.
Oh, I know. I was hoping for I was hoping for that. Now I am hoping for a good one so I can purify because I want Mega Scyther eventually. But if I can get a shiny and then a a close to purified hundo, I'll be happy with that. Even because I already got the 2 shiny shadows, just like this ones. So if I get one that's shiny and good IVs, I'm done. I have until the end of the celebration event for that matter. So that'd be good because that'd be another shando that I have, purified shando. So that's a new one for my list, and then I'll be able to mega evolve it at one point. So that'll be ultimate flex at one point. Aside from that, in the hundo category, I actually, this was funny. I was looking for a couple of Christmas gifts at the beginning of the week, and I stumbled upon a research for the Vanillite. Lo and behold, the very first research that I do gave me a hundo. So I was like, all right, I guess I'm done with this.
My man.
I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I actually got this hundo. I'm actually happy about it. I know people are starting to hate it this last few days because it's just so hard to catch in the wild. Or even
getting it out of the way, man.
Yeah, I know, right? He loves popping out of the Golden Raspberry Ultra Balls, and even Reversal is hating on this Pokemon right now. But hey, got the hundo. That's pretty cool. And then somewhere around time, I think Saturday, right after work, one of my friends called out one of the hundos around the area, and I did get my hundo Snowbird. So that is now a hundo Ababa Snow. Fortunately, it wasn't shiny, which the shiny would have been cool. So now I have one I can actually Mega Evolve. I don't actually like Mega Evolving Pokemon unless they're the Hundos. That's why I haven't actually gotten a Hundo Pidgeot, Mega Pidgeot yet, or a Hundo Mega Venusaur yet, just because those are the ones the most that I want, Yeah. I want more of the Hundos than any of Shinies or anything like that. So that's pretty cool. The whole is actually pretty nice for the beginning of the week, or at least the week itself. Now, before we actually get a little bit farther, let me explain why my weekend, or at least my Christmas holiday, wasn't the best that I could do. Now, right on Christmas Eve, right after work, I actually got sick, extremely sick. It was actually something that going around my family. It was a stomach flu. I started with my nephew and then, moved down the line because everybody's taking care of him. I wasn't actually affected until that day specifically. Everybody else, I was already having the symptoms and everything throughout the week. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm safe. Maybe. But no, I wasn't safe. So Thursday night, Christmas Eve, I was just I was not having it. Bathroom runs all day and just in bed all day trying to stay alive. Drinking Gatorade and everything. So it was not a happy Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, I was a little bit better. So I was able to at least get out of bed. I wasn't able to really celebrate because I didn't want to actually have to restart the chain of sickness from my family. So I wanted to stay nice and neat at home. So that was in the end of the day, my Christmas was just me staying at home for everything. I am okay now. My stomach's actually doing way better. The only thing that hurts is the muscles because of everything that happens through throwing up. But right now my stomach is feeling a lot better. I'm able to eat solid foods again. Luckily it was only a few days worth of sickness. I mean, it was not pretty, but it was it was at least that Christmas miracle that I wasn't more sick than I should have been. But that's been my Christmas. I don't know, Chris, how was your Christmas?
It was pretty lazy. I got to sleep until 11. Oof. I meant to get up early, but oh God. I was pretty lazy at home. I did play some Pokemon. I ended up going out that night actually to hang out with one of my friends on Riverwalk, and we took some good photos.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, the best part about Christmas is no matter where you are, even right now, in this day and age, you can just connect with everybody through internet and everything. So even if it's just hanging out for a little bit, even through the whole pandemic, the world has adjusted. So that's pretty good. So I know Chris got up early. That's pretty nice, right?
Get up early for work. Get off my back.
Just work, right? See, that's the mentality of somebody who's in the young 20s still. Because, you can still do those kind of things, go to sleep late, wake up late, things like that. And that doesn't even matter sometimes unless it's work or something. But when you get to my age, dude, you need that sleep. You're going to need that sleep soon, bro.
I love this sleep.
Yeah, you're going to need it. Anyways, But yeah, those were our hauls. Those were our Christmas. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. Hopefully better than mine for sure. And yeah, I hope that you had at least expended, had good food, all the stuff, nice gifts. I mean, hopefully you guys have some nice gifts. Did you get anything nice?
Coolest things were probably from my friends. I got a Pokemon poster behind me. You can kind of see it.
Kind of.
And then a little Eevee
plush,
like an Eevee like Lego thing that I'm gonna put together, and that's gonna be kind of cool. I got a bunch of T-shirts. I love T-shirts. I'm not gonna lie. So it's gonna be a lot of fun from that.
Yeah.
The fact that Julie actually made them was the coolest thing. It's got like a little Rayquaza on it and stuff.
Oh, nice.
So I'll probably flex that sometime. Ooh, you got that?
No, this was actually a while back, but this was like one of Christmas stuff before. So I actually like I said, Sylveon is one of my favorite Pokemon. It's my favorite Pokemon. So
Yeah,
just having this little thing back then. So so it's like a long time gift that I got to myself a long back. I think I got this in New York if I remember correctly. I have another one somewhere in the area that's actually a more Christmas Sylveon, so it's actually pretty nice because that's like the white cape and everything. So that's pretty nice. Aside from that, I usually just got clothes and everything. I mean, I know my parents don't even know what to get me half the time, so that was okay.
Yeah,
I was okay with that because I needed some new clothes and everything. Where are you going?
I just want to flex another gift I got.
All right, let's see. Oh, okay, wonderful. Mole Cop. You gotta love it.
That's it.
You gotta love it. I'm sure your friends know you very well. Oh, God. All right. But yeah, it's nice to give out gifts. Like this year for me was mostly just giving out the gifts because in the last few years I haven't been able to actually pay for a lot of things. So this year I was able to mess up quite a bit of savings. So I was like, let's go ham with everybody in my family. So it was nice. Everybody was happy. So that was good.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, congratulations to everybody. Anyways, cool. All right. So let's get back in track a little bit. We already talked technically about the shinies that we got with the Meow Balloon event on Christmas Day. If you weren't noticing, we did talk about it in the last podcast. Meow Balloon was going to be spawning more frequently. Luckily, it was spawning every 2 hours. I was hoping for 1 hour, but I mean, it's still not bad every 2 hours. From 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. I didn't think it spawned right after 10, so that was actually kind of like a misplay on that part, but I guess we missed. But either way, it was a chance of being able to get both Shiny, Shadow, Scyther, and Pinsir throughout the balloons in games. So, and they're still around, guys. It's not because they're not boosted. They're technically a little bit boosted, but not as much. They will still be spawning. If you check out YouTube review, you will see it spawning until the 63 more days of these seasonal celebrations that we have. So continue trying for those Jesse and James balloons. Those shinies are cool. Both of them have mega evolutions. So if you get a good shadow, if you get 100 shadows, don't ever purify them.
Yeah. I always want to say don't purify. This might be the one exception just because of the mega.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's hard.
Well, I already have a Pinsir unless I get a shiny shadow Pinsir that's close to a Hondo. I'll probably purify it just because I know it's good, but I can't get it into mega unless it's purify anyway. So
true.
That's why I'm doing it that way. Anyways, but yeah, I hope that you guys were able to get some shinies from that event. Aside from that, we had the Shinx event actually happening right after Christmas. So I know that Shinx is right now spawning in the wild through incest, and I think it's mostly through incest, but then you can get the shiny available there. So even though it was already available through the pre-evolution, it's now available as an actual spawn. So that's actually pretty good.
Okay, because I've only seen one in the wild so far.
I think it spawns more throughout the incest, so it's not showing anywhere around the area or anywhere in that regard. Not even in today's view is actually not saying anything, but I think Reversal got a shiny Shinx or Jinx for that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was confused for a second.
Yeah, Instant More Than Wild. Yeah, thank you, Terry. Yes, so that's mostly when it comes down to that. Anyways, You did wanted to talk about the Vanillite's catch rate, right?
Yeah, just a little bit. I know a lot of people have been complaining that it has a red circle, even on the really small CP ones. And it's been a common thing for the newer Pokemon. And I've been hearing people say that it's going to be a pretty common thing. What do you think about that?
I'm not entirely sure. I mean, there might be some research out there from Silk Road. There has been some reportings of saying that the catch rate and the shiny rates have been increased, and not increased in a good way. It's actually increased in a bad way. So instead of getting like a shiny in 1 in 40 rates or something like that, you get a shiny in 1 in 60 rates or something like that. I don't believe that until I actually see some like good research from more like official sources, or maybe more Silt Arena sources, or Silt Road sources. I only saw it and I was like, this doesn't seem possible. But I know there's been a lot of people actually rating and things like that, and it's been harder to get different shinies and just in retrospect and things like that. But again, you see like many different Pokemons out there in the wild, especially because through this event. Season Celebration is putting like third stage evolutions, 2-stage evolutions out there and things like that. So I don't know. What I'm able to tell you, yes, Vanillite and a lot of different Pokemons like the Kalos starters have been a lot more harder to catch more recently than usual. So maybe Niantic will need to address that eventually, but that's because it's a brand new generation, things like that. So we'll see. Although Vanillite is Generation 5, but we finally got it.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I don't know. I will definitely keep our thoughts and ears about it, and hopefully we'll have some information about it in some point, shape, or form. All right, we got that. All right, so I guess it's time to end our recaps and go straight into the news. Chris, what is the very first thing we gotta talk about?
Well, I know a lot of people look for the Comday news, and the next one's going to be a pretty exciting one. Shiny Machop with Machop Community Day in January. You didn't vote for it, but you got it.
I know, right?
That's all I can say.
So I love this little Asper beginning of the blog post from Niantic. It says, trainers, when you get knocked down, you just get back up, despite losing out on the chance to be featured in the last February Community Day matchup. The superpower Pokemon never gave up. That resilience has paid off because matchup will be the start in the upcoming January Community Day, and you can be sure they'll make the most of it. Now, before everybody goes into a frenzy, let's go ahead and get to the features. It's mostly a Community Day. You guys already know what that comes through. Matchup will be appearing more frequently in the wild. If you get one, you can get a shiny one. You can evolve it in up to 2 hours of the event to know the special moves Payback, which is a Dark type move, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I mean, it does actually helps out against those Psychic type Pokemons. But have you actually heard anything from the community of how well this move can actually be in match and
I don't even think they've dropped the stats for it yet. The main thing they advertise it for, at least in Pokemon Go, is it being more effective against Ghosts now.
Right.
But Rock Slide hits basically everything, but it takes forever to get to. So I don't know. We'll see how it stacks up, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Especially because, unless you have a pretty good one for PvP Great League or, Ultra or Master, then I don't know about it. So we'll see when the stats comes around. I did forget to mention that this event is actually happening Saturday, January 16th of 2021 from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So we're still having throughout the beginning of the year the 6-hour community day. I'm fine with that because the world is still in very much
disarray.
Yes, thank you for the word. Thank you. Again, more features are take a snapshots to see for surprises, special one-time purchase box for 1,280 Pokecoins with an elite charge CM, 4 incense, 4 star pieces, and 30 Ultra Balls. The $1 community, the $1 special community day, special research story, straight to the top, and things like that. You make sure that if you have purchased, of course, if you have purchased the ticket, the Kanto ticket, by January 13 of 2021, you'll also get this special research for free. So if you already got it, or you already got the special Kanto ticket, you don't have to buy into this. So that's at least, an upside when buying the Kanto ticket in that regard. And then, of course, the bonuses, which actually is one of the best bonuses we had in a while, is 3 times catch Stardust. So it's going to be a nice little grind for a little bit longer. Now, again, the community is a little bit in disarray because of another news that we're going to be talking about for sure. But Machop is, again, another Pokemon where we already had the shiny release. A lot of people have been battling with their Machops because it's been, a hard to get Pokemon in the end. And it's kind of I don't know about it. What's your thought on it, Chris?
Personally, I think this is the same thing that happened for Ghastly.
Right.
Because Ghastly was released ahead of time, and it was a very rare Pokemon to get.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad thing to make the shiny more accessible. Just think about it this way. The event shinies that we hold so near and dear to our hearts and want to trade for, like Flower Hat Eevees, Flower Hat Pikachus and everything. People don't want those to diminish in value. But
right.
I don't know. You can't be the only person that has the shiny, They got to make it a little bit more accessible every now and then.
I guess.
They're gonna have events for it.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. I don't know if they want to. I don't know if I wanted to put it back into a community day though. Just seeing a lot of them a while is. Mm-hmm. It's okay, I guess, because you get more multiple shinies, but I don't know. Maybe this would have been good in another event at some point.
I mean, my point of view is Machamp is one you want really good IVs for. This is going to help a lot of future raiders. Yeah, I just think this is one you're going to want a good IV shiny on.
That's for sure. So
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's not much of an issue. I guess we also have to see another side of it. Since the world is still in disarray, just like you say, they don't want the. Oh, hold on 1 second. There's a Noibat in my nearby.
Oh, you about to run?
Oh God!
Don't say it. Don't think it.
Oh God! I looked at him in nearby, and it's just right here too. I'm like, oh no! Why this is just this at this point? No. I don't even know how long it's been there. I think it just spawned there too. Oh my God. It's like...
a scientist.
Okay, that's a little bit crazy. Dang, I need the candies too. Okay, no, hold on. No. I can't be swayed by it. Either we finish this podcast in the next 20 minutes or no. This spawns in a minute. Oh God. All right. Let me go back to what I was talking about before I say this. I gotta say, Niantic is trying to make sure that people are not playing so much outside when it comes down to community days, because if it was a brand new shiny or a brand new Pokemon that's really sought off from the 10Ks, like Gible or Dino or things like that, they don't want people to just amass in the world and be like, hey, we want to play this game no matter what. I know Chris just take over. But that's I think that's one of the reasons why when it comes down to that. I really think that you should probably just continue on talking about it until I get this real quick.
If you want to run out.
Oh God. Well, if you want to do some dead time on between, or maybe we can take a little break in between right now, since we've been talking for almost close to half an hour. Let me just do something here real quick. Just because we are live. I want to make sure that people understand why we're doing this. Give me 1 second, everybody. BRB.
Intermission.
Catching.
Oh, man. It's like a lunch break.
Like that. Make it smaller. All right, I'll be right back. Chris, just go ahead and talk whatever you feel like talking for a minute if you want to. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, honestly, I agree with you, scientist. It's kind of strange that they're giving us 6-hour calm days. Honestly, when they're really trying to make you like not play the game as much, It's kind of funny. We've got his screen on stream. Watch, he's gonna come back, and that's gonna be like a PvP Noivern right there. Oh my gosh. I don't know how much I. Oh man, I should get that Machop Community Day research for free, right? It's a bad look for real. Oh man. And the thing is, I've been thinking about it too, because my girlfriend still plays the other game, Wizards Unite, and a lot of the things we get in Pokemon Go, they don't get in Wizards Unite. Like they can't spin stops or whatever from like the extra distance. So I feel like Niantic is definitely picking favorites. We do get 3 times Catch Stardust for Machop, so I'm definitely excited for that. And the incenses are gonna last for 3 hours, which I'm definitely looking forward to because I'm probably gonna be stuck at work. Yippee! Let's go on to the next research topic. We're gonna be celebrating the new year with Pokemon Go. Oh my gosh, yippee! Happy 2020 from Slowpoke? Wait, no, it will be 2021 in just a few days. Turns out Slowpoke is late to the game as always. For this year's New Year's event, you can expect new costume Pokemon, like a Slowpoke wearing 2020 glasses, and new avatar items, as well as the return of some familiar Pokemon wearing party hats. You see, I don't have a problem with party hat Pokemon. I think they're always hype. I'm trying to hit 10 mil Stardust, so that Machop one's going to be exciting. I'm definitely excited for all the new costume Pokemon. Are they going to be shiny, though? That is the question. Okay, the event is going to go from Thursday, December 31st at 10 p.m. to Monday, January 4th, 2021 at 10 p.m. local time. I don't know, but I think this is one of the times that they're starting an event at 10 p.m. local time everywhere. I know why. It's for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. But isn't that weird? Like, they're encouraging people to go out at night in the dead of dark. Oh my gosh. Isn't that weird? Oh, I'm so confused. Oh man, everybody's leaving for the Noibats. Okay. It's gonna have some Pokemon wearing festive costumes, so I'm definitely excited for that. Slowpoke wearing the 2020 glasses, and it'll also be in field research tasks, appearing in raids, and hatching for 2-kilometer eggs. Okay. Evolve Slowpoke wearing the 2020 glasses, and you get a Slowbro wearing 2021 glasses. They're finally figuring out that you can evolve Pokemon and have them keep the costume. What a weird idea. Oh man, I'm hoping they do that with more Pokemon. We're gonna get Pichu wearing the New Year's Day hat, hatching from 2-kilometer eggs too. So 2-kilometer eggs are looking pretty good so far. Pichu wearing a New Year's hat will be appearing in the wild, and after you complete field research tasks, okay. You can also get one by evolving a Pichu wearing the New Year's hat. Yeah, okay. Evolve Pikachu wearing the New Year's hat and get a Raichu wearing a New Year's hat. Like, they shouldn't have to spell it out that you can do that. You just assume it would be a thing. Oh man, that's so bad. Wynot will be hatching from 2-kilometer eggs, and if you're lucky, you'll get a shiny Wynot. We already had shiny Wynot, but it's going to be in 2-kilometer eggs. Raticate, Wobbuffet, and Wurmple wearing party hats will be appearing in 1-star raids, and Clink and Esper will be joining them as well. Okay. Definitely going to be trying. Welcome back. Just talking over the New Year's event, I only got to about halfway through it so far.
No problem. Here, let me just set this up, get this ready to go.
What IVs? Am I doing that?
Hold on. I gotta get the internet back on here. Come on. Actually, it was horrible, IVs. I can tell you that much. It was not worth it. It was not worth it. Oh, Lord. Lord, have mercy.
What did it cost?
Everything. Literally at least a few minutes of the podcast, but hey. All right, continue on, Chris.
All right. We're gonna be having those in Pokemon in the raids, and then Eevee wearing a party hat will be available as a research reward encounter. Oh no! So we won't get in the wild according to this. Oh God, yeah, those are horrible IVs. If you can't see on podcast, it's a what is that, an 800?
Yes, it's an 800.
Oh, dude, I'll trade you. Oh my gosh. Dress up for 2021. Beginning on Wednesday, December 30th, 2020 at 1 p.m. PST, the 2021 glasses and the New Year's party hat avatar items will be available in the in-app shop. Boxes will contain different items during the event. Check out the shop for more details. Okay.
Thank you very much, Chris, for giving out most of the information, if not every information about the New Year's event. Another exciting event to go through. I actually like the whole Slowpoke with a 2020 glasses and everything too.
Dude, and the fact that, oh yeah, I think that's hilarious. And they're actually implementing, evolving it to a different costume too, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, that's actually very cool.
Yeah, and they're spelling out in like 3 different sentences that you can evolve each of the costume Pokemon. Something that they shouldn't have to spell out, but they're so iffy about it normally.
Yeah.
That I don't know if I'm happy about it. What about you?
I'm okay about it, especially the Slowpoke line, just because it is a cool shiny. I still need the shiny of those. It will be nice to get the custom. I think if you still are able to evolve it to a Slowbro, it can still Mega Evolve. I mean, it will lose it until it pre-evolves, but that's like Gengar at this point, you know, make the Gengar with the Halloween custom and everything. That was actually pretty cool. You can still Mega Evolve that, and it comes down in that regard and everything. So I think that having those evolutions as like that and be able to still use it for like Mega Evolutions and all those, I still will. It's a pretty good way to say in the Niantic doesn't want to just block the Pokemon's evolution line just because there's a custom for it. Capchu, unfortunately, you know, a new shiny release not too early, and then have a same shiny release with the custom one of it. It's kind of one of those like downsides when it comes down to it. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with this change. Yeah, I know. I'm okay with this change when it comes down to it. I hope this is the beginning of new things that Niantic will think about when it comes to Pokemons that can or cannot evolve when it comes down to it, you know. Or at least Pokemons that, you know, if they have a costume, that will be either on their final forms, or, you know, the Pokemons that don't evolve more than once or something like that, you know.
Yeah, 2 kilometer eggs are looking OP for the next event too.
Yeah,
OP.
definitely. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I want that Eevee wearing a party hat, and I hope that I'm able to evolve it, because I need the shiny Hundo, all the stuff and everything. If I get a Shando out of that and I can't evolve it, I'm gonna be mad as hell.
We're also gonna have some cool bonuses too.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna be getting a 2 times hatch candy, 2 times hatch stardust, and half hatch distance when eggs are placed in the incubator during this time. Specifying that part. Dude, eggs are looking really OP. I might actually do your strategy and hatch some eggs for once.
Well, my strategy is just get a lot of boxes at once and then just like start using it whenever I can, you know. But yeah, I think it's actually a pretty cool event. Some pretty cool stuff. I mean, to end the year 2020 with a bang once again. I mean, guys, we're only a few days away. We're technically a Friday. It's gonna be New Year's. It's just gonna be whole new things. We're gonna start a brand new year, fresh, new, hopefully better than what we have expected this year for sure. But I mean, we'll definitely give our thoughts on how the year went for us. And of course, give our thanks, because there's a lot to thank for. And yeah, I think so too. Well, hopefully we'll see some also awesome, cool events in the years to come. In the year to come of 2021. It's amazing that I'm not gonna have to say 2021 and at the beginnings of every podcast from now actually starting next podcast, I gotta start to say in 2021 now. So
I'll see if you mess it up. We'll keep track.
it's like I'll put a counter that's like messed up counter year. But yeah, that's actually a pretty cool event. Thank you very much, Chris, for taking over for a few minutes while I go get that Noibat.
It was interesting.
Hey, I know that you can take over a lot of good things, you know. All right, so that Noibat is gonna be a special tray for sure.
Yeah, I've been keeping all of them.
Yeah.
Super rare.
Well, how about we go ahead and talk about the next piece of news that we got, and that is ringing in the 2021 with Pokemon GO's January events worth of time. So it's time to, of course, leave 2020 behind, and this new year, 2021, is just around the corner, and this is what we have in store for the events in January. Welcome back, Terry. Very first thing that we're going to talk about, of course, is the Research Breakthrough Box. And guess what Pokemon is going to be?
Big old chunky girl. Chansey.
Chansey is going to be a brand new Breakthrough Box. I know there is one Twitch streamer, YouTuber out there that, it's going to love it. Shoutouts to the cruise ship.
I still need that shiny too.
Yeah, I know. I need it too. So I'm okay with actually getting it in the box. I know, but hopefully we're going to start getting a banner up here and saying, bring back the legendaries and breakthrough boxes because we are kind of missed those kind of things. There is, though, however, a lot more things that there is going to be featured on this year, especially the Pokemon that we're going to see in 5-star raids. Now, here is the G's. The very first legendary that we're going to see encounter from the January 1st, on Friday, January 1st to Tuesday, January 5th, Ho-Ho is back, and if you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny Ho-Ho. So a week's worth of Ho-Ho is kind of nice, or actually 5 days worth of Ho-Ho. It's a kind of nice addition. Ho-Ho hasn't been actually seen in a while. We have seen more Lugia every now and then, but Ho-Ho is a definitely comeback one. I actually like the shiny a lot for that.
And he's got a good move now with Incinerate.
And so, Earthquake, right? Is that Earthquake as an elite?
I think that was a limited move. I'm not sure. Let me double check that.
Yeah, definitely. So, Ho-Ho may be better now that level 50 is out. But again, getting legendary candies for level 50 is kind of like a meh thing,
Yeah, Earthquake's a limited move, so you need an elite TM for it, sadly.
I figure as much. But that is Ho-Ho for the first 5 days of the year. Then we have from Tuesday, January 5th to Tuesday, January 12th, which is now a week's worth, we're going to see Genesect holding a Burn Drive. So basically Genesect with a brand new move. However, just because we want to make sure that everyone understands this, Genesect will not be a shiny available in this week's worth of events.
So sad.
Yes, the shiny unfortunately is not there. It's kind of like I kind of understand where they're coming from, and that's because they don't want to actually start getting people again to the world's worth of raids when it comes to that. What are you doing there? Of course. But yeah, I know they have a decision why they want to make a shiny. Now I think it's the reason that they don't have to work through Home's ability to be able to put Genesect into Home, because they might have to actually do an update on Home for that reason. Genesect holding a different drive makes it that it's just gonna hold no matter what an item when it comes to into the main series game. So it's kind of like the Giratina kind of thing when it comes down to it. And of course, a Rocket Stop is now there, what I actually got to know about.
You mean like the orb?
Yeah.
The Garcias orb or whatever?
Yeah, that's for Giratina. But if you were to transfer Giratina Origin form from Pokemon Go to Home, then it turns into Alter form until you get them the orb into the game. So I think it's the same thing with Genesect. I don't know why they wouldn't want to get shiny, even though you can already get shiny Genesect anyways. But it is what it is, When it comes down to it, it's just getting a few of them done with the ability to have the Burn Drive. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, Firebug is cool till Volcarona comes out.
Yes, thank you. But that's, of course, only the second week of the year. Or well, technically, yes. The next one from Tuesday, January 12th to Tuesday, January 19th, Heatran will be back. And, of course, Shiny Heatran will be available. I guess that's for me like a nice, normal week for me. I don't have to rate a lot.
For the people that need it, cool. It's got really good resistances.
Yeah.
I still need the shiny.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, I got the shiny, I got the Hondo, so it's really not that I need the Shanda for that. I think wasn't Heatran like back a couple months back from a little bit?
It was pretty recently.
Yeah. So I don't know. This type of recycling, aside from Pokemon that we haven't seen for a long time, that makes sense. But for Pokemon that we've seen really recently between the beginning of the last half of the year, I don't know about this type of recycle.
Heatran's the new Lugia, man.
I know, right? All right. Well, there is one exciting one, which will be interesting because there is more to come with those Pokemons eventually. From Tuesday, January 19th to Tuesday, January 26th, which is, I believe, over a week, if I remember correctly. Let me check that real quick. I say 19 to the 16th, so that's a week's worth. So the Pokemon going to feature in that week for the legendaries are going to be Kyogre and Groudon. So both two legendary Pokemons and raids. I know a lot of people are looking for good ones. I am certainly looking for a good shiny Kyogre and a good shiny Groudon. For the reason that Mega Evolutions will be coming very soon for them Pokemons. Or I should say Primal Evolution Pokemons. So
I still don't have a Hondo of either.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I'm like really desistant to get those shinies, get those shinies. Especially Shandos. If I can get Shandos, that'd be amazing. But it's a weak sword. I think that's where I'm going to spend most of my time raiding. I hope that anybody who's listening to this throughout that week just send me raids like crazy. Please.
Keep them coming.
Keep them coming. Because we're going to need to raid them as soon as possible. Get some good IVs. And, of course, Prime Evolutions will definitely be a more prominent Pokemon to actually catch. Especially when it comes to PvP. If they ever come to PvP. Of course, shinies will be available. And then on Tuesday, January 26th, there will be a surprise Pokemon appearing in 5-star raid. So this may be the beginning of brand new legendaries. Can I please have my legendary from Gen 6?
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be that surprised, honestly.
I don't either, but I don't know. We still have a couple of mythicals we haven't seen yet. So I don't know about
the fact that Heatran's coming shortly before makes me feel that you might be right, just because it resists it pretty well.
Probably.
And if you guys don't pick up what we're putting down, we're talking Xerneas, my boy.
Xerneas. That boy it's a good one, but I don't know. It just gonna really depend on their decision on what Pokemon they're gonna put in there. So. We'll see. We'll definitely keep you updated. I'm sure that's going to be tied in with something before the Kanto event anyways. But yeah. And of course, there's additional following Mega Evolved Pokemon that are going to be in Mega Raids. Mega Charizard Y, Mega Blastoise, and Mega Bombasnow will be appearing in Mega Raids, with Mega Charizard Y becoming even more powerful from Tuesday, January 5th, at 10 a.m. through Tuesday, January 12th at 10 p.m. local time. Mega Blastoise will also be prime pick to use in 5-star raids this month, so make sure to stock up on those Blastoise Mega Energy. Well, if you think about it, Ho-Ho is weak to Blastoise, Fire type. Groudon is a Ground type. Genesect with a Burn Drop, I'm guessing. No, I don't think that shouldn't be a problem, right?
Yeah, I don't know how that works, honestly.
I don't know either. So I guess it's just a way to say it. So, and then it says on Tuesday, January 19, a certain Mega Evolved Pokemon will make his Pokemon Go debut in Mega Raids. More details to come in the lives as we get closer to the dates. Mega Venusaur and Mega Houndoom will also be appearing in Mega Raids beginning January 19, with Mega Houndoom being more powerful and from Tuesday, January 26 to Monday, February 8th. So, looking back at those two Megas that they announced for those days, what Mega Pokemon do you think they're gonna be putting Mega Raids this time around?
I'm putting my money on Glalie, honestly.
We We already had an Ice-type Mega Ball Pokemon coming around. I'm not sure yet.
I mean, maybe it's silly, but if they don't release it now, they got to release it like next December. It feels like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's possible. I mean, it's not like we have an abundance of Mega Pokemons to have to worry about, but there's a lot of Pokemons that are questionable throughout this event for sure. So we'll see when the day comes around, but I don't know what Pokemon could be appearing from this, knowing how things are going. I wouldn't be opposed anyway either, so because I need those candies from Medicham. But I don't know. A fighting type Pokemon, I don't see it coming anytime soon. At least not right now.
I feel like it's something that's either going to be really strong or really weak to Houndoom.
Probably.
But I don't know. If they're doing the same thing that they did with Charizard and Blastoise, maybe it's something that's strong against Houndoom then.
True.
It's going to be interesting.
Will be interesting when we actually hear more about it for sure.
Yeah.
So those are the rates. Hopefully we'll get more information in the coming weeks. But then we also have spotlight hours to talk about. And once again, this is Tuesdays at 6 p.m. every single day, local time. So on January 5th, we have Lillipup in the spotlight and will earn twice the Stardust for catching the Pokemon. I wouldn't mind another shiny Lillipup because that means that I can actually finish up the family. But again, spotlight hours are not for shinies, are for mostly the bonuses. So if you get one, lucky for you. Tuesday, January 12th, Drifloon will be in the spotlight and earn twice the experience for catching the Pokemon. Drifloon has been in a couple of events for the last few months anyway, so it's kind of like a meh thing, and I kind of have a lot of Drifloons at this point too.
That sounds like the talking from somebody that has 298 shinies.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's hilarious. But anyways, and then Tuesday, January 19th, Shrimish is going to be in the spotlight, and you're on twice the candy for catching Pokemon. This is, again, I think, one of those weeks where we're just like laying low. Shrimish is not the best thing in the world. Plus, extra candy, unless you're like have a stack of research breakthrough boxes or things in your stack pile, it's not something that you really want to go for.
That looks like a day to open up a Meltan box, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. I think that's the best way to go about it when it comes down to it. And then the last Tuesday, January 26th, Fanfi will be in the spotlight, and you earn twice the candy from transferring the Pokemon. I just had a wild Ursaring spawn in my house.
You had some porridge.
Gotta tell you, man, those spawns are getting crazy and crazy with the minutes. I wouldn't even mind if a dino spawns at this point,
Just a friendly reminder, the upcoming Tuesday, if you hear it in time, is going to be a Snover for twice XP for evolving.
Yes.
29th.
29th, yes. This is coming Tuesday, actually. So get your Pokeballs ready, I guess. Anyways. And yeah, those are the spotlight hours. They go, again, about the celebrating of the New Year team event, which we already talked about. And then, it says right here, celebrate different regions of Pokemon World in January. So there is actually one more piece of news that we will definitely be talking about, and that is correlation with what they're talking about here. However, there is one more thing that they mentioned in this blog post. It says that collection challenges are coming soon. Whenever you're a new Pokemon Go trainer or a seasoned trainer, collection challenges provide a handy guide to catching Pokemon featuring during certain events. Look out for a launch of collection challenge early in January of 2021. I'm not sure what this means, but this is probably just a way to reel in the new player a little bit more than usual, and hopefully gets in like a little boost and saying, hey, I want to keep playing Pokemon Go for a little bit longer. So maybe that's
interesting.
Yeah. Hopefully there will be some cool stuff to come around and maybe some challenges to challenge with other people. So who knows? We'll see when the time is coming. But that is our research breakthrough box news of January events, or at least for rates and all the different things. There's a lot of hidden things coming around, but that's because 2021 is the year of the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. So they're planning a lot, and they're planning really a lot, especially because it's also the 5th year of Pokemon Go's lifespan. And that's another like crazy thing to think about in all honestly. 5 years. This game has been going along for 5 years. Have you believed that?
It doesn't feel like it, honestly.
It doesn't.
It feels like it's been pretty short.
Yeah, definitely. Well, how about we talk about one last piece of news before we end our definitely, or before we get to the endings of our podcast here.
Ooh. You talking about the celebration event?
Yes, many celebrations to come. It is basically a countdown to the Pokemon GO Tour Kanto, celebrating with the Unova region. So, looks like we're gonna have different, just like we knew were gonna happen, we're gonna have like different regions spawning before the actual Kanto Tour. They did mention something like that, and it's kind of speculated at this point that other regions were, everything Pokemon is going to be like celebrated next year for sure. 25 years and all that stuff, and it comes down to it. Now, here is what this Unova celebration is coming around. So, we hope you enjoyed the Kanto celebration a few weeks back. We count down to Pokemon GO Tour Kanto. We'll continue to celebrate various regions of Pokemon GO with Unova, which is up next, this next coming time. So, when is it coming? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's January 5th. From 10 a.m. to Sunday, January 10 at 8 p.m. local time. A nice little 5-day event for everybody. The features for this. Oh, God, that's going to be a long list. Snivy, Tetwick, Oshawott, Lillipup, Herdier, Blitzel, Roggenrola, Dribble, Scraggy, Temple, Benepete, Shrabish, Gattaca, Solosis, and Ferrocy will be appearing more frequently in the wild. And if you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny Snivy!
It's a good shiny.
Well, there's
weirded out that it's skipping the com day.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be talking about this in just a moment. That's the reason why I wanted to get to this one. The following Pokemon will be hatching from 5 km X. Roggenrola, Seawall, Pepetil, Emolga, which is kind of good. Carablast, Joltik, Elgyem, and Shelmet. Enjoy event-exclusive field research tasks that reward Stardust and leads up to encounters with such as Snivy, Tepic, Oshawott, and Ferroseed. I want the Ferroseed. The following Pokemon will be appearing in raids. Snivy, Tepic, Oshawott, Timber, Devil, and Clink is appearing in one-side raids, which, aside from the starters, the other 3 have definitely been in raids before. In 3-star raids, we had Herdier, Tranquil, Excadrill, and Among Us, which, aside from, yeah, I know, right? Aside from Excadrill, everything else is just meh. Genesect holding a Burn Drive will appear in 5-star raids, which we talked about. This is the first time that this form of Genesect will be appearing in Pokemon GO, so be sure to catch up while you have chance. Note that this is what we talked about. The shiny will not be available. Just talking about what happens again. And then, of course, the Megas, Mega Charizard Y, Blastoise, and Mega Abomasnow will be appearing in Mega Star raids. Stay tuned for the Collection Challenge, a new feature in today's view that will make Pokemon GO events all the more exciting and to experience more details to come in the early. And then after that, they said the Sinnoh will be up next in the week, after the week's end. So to celebrate the Sinnoh region from Tuesday, January 12th to Sunday, January 7th, so 17th. So it looks like there's going to be like a 5-day week or a 5-day event for each one of the regions until we lead up to the Kanto celebration at the end, at the beginning of, or sometime in the February time. So, don't get so much. This is kind of cool because we haven't seen Unova really shine in a while. Just like you mentioned, Chris, Snivy skipping a com day is a kind of an interesting thing. Now, there's 2 things that I want to mention real quick. One of them, why? Why did they actually decide to, not give Frenzy Plant to Superior, being that it's one of those most pumping moves in the move pool for starters? And 2, one of the things that Trenum Tips actually mentioned is that they may still do a community day for it, even though the shiny has already been released.
I mean, think about it. In my opinion, the only thing you can really compare it to, realistically, is Gible.
Yeah.
Because Gible and Dino's shiny have been released, but Gible is one of the earlier generations. Still hasn't gotten a com day.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it having a com day afterwards. I don't have a problem with making a shiny easily accessible as long as you limit the amount that is easily accessible.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, this 5th event, if it comes down to it, it means that the shiny will be released, yes. But at the same time, it's not like you're going to have to go super hard on it for the reason that there still feels like it's going to be a Community Day move and Community Day month for it specifically. So, again, I think through the pandemic, they had to change a lot of different things. This could also mean a change in Community Days in overall because... Maybe Community has been stale in that regard. I mean, I know that it's been different because of this year anyways. But maybe just having those kind of things appear more prevalent between starters and 10k eggs and all that stuff as Community Days maybe wasn't the best idea in a different way because it devalues the shiny more than it should have been. So maybe, just maybe, they want to think of something different for Community Days this come around, you know? Mm-hmm. I just hope that one day they'll come back to new shinies eventually. That's the different things when it comes down to that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you never know. We'll see. Shiny Snivy. It's a cool shiny. It wouldn't be mine to actually get one. So we'll check it out when it comes around. Again, that's the limited pool on eggs is actually pretty nice because it's only going to get different ones. However, the starters won't come until or will be spent in the wild and in raids, not from eggs. So you also get a couple of free research for that. So if you get some of them for Snivy, that's pretty cool. If not, you get the other ones anyways. So that's about it. You really think that is a cool thing that they're doing because of the coming days of the anniversary of Pokemon?
I think there's going to be... I definitely think there's going to be more.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It looks like a fun event. I don't think they need to do anything crazy to keep us playing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm mostly looking forward to though. I guess mostly the Roggenrollas, and there was another one in there. Oh, I'm definitely blanking. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing the raids. I think. Out of everything.
Yeah, I think the ones that raids are just going to be, if they're there, they're there. If not, then, I'll do them if I can. I mean, it's not like I'm just going to spend all my money on 5 on 1-star race Snivies for no reason. So
yeah, I hope Ferroseed is very common too, because I know you and I still need that shiny.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shiny, that's for sure. But yeah, that's it really for the news. Another pack full of news because January is just around the corner. 2021 is just around the corner. Real quick, we're gonna talk on our get wreck. Here we go, Chris.
I'm ready.
So, how have you been doing on your Ultra League matches?
Honestly, I haven't been doing too much. But I will say I heard that double charm was very common.
Right.
Kind of like the grass hole of this meta. So I've been running like triple anti-charm. So I run Venusaur, Empoleon, and what's her name? The Charmer? Togekiss.
Oh, okay.
So literally any of my Pokemon can line up with a Charmer and can hold their own as long as they don't get an extra charm in on my Togekiss.
Right. How's your ranking right now?
I think I gotta check. I think I'm I'm really taking it slow. I'm rank, I want to say 14?
Okay.
16. I'm ranked 16 right now.
That's not bad.
So I still need to get to 20 and then work my way up. But I've already seen people that have hit 3K. Yeah. And we still got 2 months of the season almost?
Yeah, 63 days and 19 hours in the season of that. So technically right now, it's been a slow pace just because all the leagues has been, the same rotating leagues and everything. Right now, Ultra League being not the best league in the world, just people are just taking it easy and everything. I certainly took it easy. I probably did maybe 2 sets in the last few weeks. And I'm still ranked 7 just because, again, I'm taking it a little bit easier than usual. Once it goes Master League, hopefully Master Classic will help me a little bit more in that regard. But I don't know. PvP has just been getting that sense. I'm I want to play it, but I just don't want to just have to grind to the top all the time right now. It's not like I need the poses anyway. I don't like that end post anyway. So, but yeah, that's Ultra League. Master League again is coming actually this coming Monday. starting at 4 p.m. Eastern time for us, and of course equivalent to your time. And Master League Classic, and Master League Premier with the holiday event. The Holiday Cup is coming. And do you have any information about the Holiday Cup there, Chris?
That's actually funny you mentioned that. I did some battles with Sosa Flow on PvP. Team Rocket PvP, sorry, is their YouTube channel. So we actually did some blind battles, and I gotta tell you, Altaria looks pretty darn good for Holiday Cup.
Well, it is. If I go to PvPoke right now, Altaria is actually the number one Pokemon that you want to have for the Holiday Cup.
Exactly.
Bigorot and Dillsby extra large. It's being second and third. So if you've been catching the Diggersby or Diggersby, thank you very much for actually understanding my words. Then you want to get those. If no, Oxlagoon, Frostlass, and Castforce Snowy will be pretty good against Altaria. Grabodo also being nice with, or at least the Alolan version, and then Marowak, Alolan being somewhere in the middle there. Skarmory being number 10, so that's maybe a nice little budget if people have already gotten to that point.
Yeah, Wigglytuff is kind of low down here at 14, but I think Wigglytuff is actually going to be one of the top meta. You got to be able to cover Wigglytuff. You got to be able to color Altaria. I think those are going to be the ones that are really going to hold people back.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can think, oh, Skarmory will be good, but then you got Pokemon like Alolan, Marowak, Magnezone, Lantern,
Grabodo, Frostlass.
It's really diverse.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Interesting league for sure. We'll definitely give our thoughts. I'll probably play a couple matches and see how it goes. But yeah, that is the Holiday Cup. That is the Master League. Get ready for those. I'll probably do more Master League Classic than anything though. That's just my take,
Holiday Cup all the way. That's me.
All right, and real quick, since we're almost at the end of the podcast, we'll just give our thoughts how this year's been. This is the last podcast of the year. I certainly am thankful for everything that we have done. We certainly have been grinding. We certainly have been playing this game for all it's worth, and we're grinding this podcast since we started back in February of this year, and it's crazy enough to think that it's been almost a full year since we started this. Chris, can you even imagine that, so many things that we have done from then until now?
It's been super fun doing these podcasts together, man.
Yeah.
It's been super fun.
Ah, thanks. It's a good thing that at least you're enjoying yourself. That's one of the things that I know that most of the time is me ranting. But I know that you have put your input, you do your things, you put your own flair into the podcast. I thank you so much, Chris, for always being this, as enthusiastic when it comes down to it, even though sometimes the weeks is like nothing at this point.
Sometimes they just don't want to give us snooze till a day after.
Dude, I know, right? It's like, geez. But I mean, this year has been amazing. This is one of the very first things that I'm doing constantly because I just love this game so much. And having to do this podcast has probably been a joyful ride so far. And I want to keep on going as long as Pokemon Go is available to us, I always think in the future and always think, what are we going to see many years from now? Seeing how the timeline is for releasing Pokemons and all that stuff, or the events and things like that. I know it could go for probably another 3, 4, maybe 5 more years. Maybe it could go up to 10 years just because this game has been connecting so many players, so many people out there that I don't see this game ever slowing down unless there's like some major like problems with something, And
they'd need to really screw up, yeah.
Yeah, which with the Mr. Rhyme event maybe, but but no, that in all honesty, this game is amazing. You guys have been amazing. Everybody listening to this podcast is amazing. Every time I post anything through either the podcast services or even through here on live YouTube and everything, I think that the smallest things that have been able to go through and the growth that I've seen in this podcast has been insane. we'll definitely give more, of course, through the 1 year anniversary of this podcast. But at the same time, it's been almost a full year. Thank you so much, everybody. Really, thank you, Chris, again for everything, for being here every single week.
My pleasure.
And yeah, it's crazy. This year has been a year's worth of remembering for sure. Even if wasn't the best year for a lot of people, even if the game changed a lot, and it certainly did change a lot. I'm hopeful for the future. I'm hopeful for the future that there's gonna be more to come. Hopefully, go back to live events next year. You never know, but in all honesty, I'm just glad that we still have a game to go through, even through the worst of times when we think that this game was going to go downhill. Niantic really pulled through and gave us what they could really. I mean, in just such a short amount of time too, and work through glitches and problems and everything. And now we can remote raid, trade remotely, things like that in some shape or form. Events are closer to home, closer to things, but maybe one day again next year we'll go back out there. We'll see each other once again. I want to see everybody once again. So
same.
We'll see when we get to that point, Chris. But yeah, Chris, what about you? Do you have anything else to say about 2020?
Just keep the Pokemon coming. That's all I can say. It's been a fun ride. I want to keep riding.
I want to keep riding it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's been a crazy year. It's a wonderful time. So thank you once again, everybody, for listening to the podcast, either through live or podcast services, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and any other podcast services. We would really appreciate it if you actually just leave us a review in any of those sites, if it allows you to. Make sure you check us out on our social medias, myself in Pure Let It Go, and Chris in Christo0517. All the other podcast services are out there. And of course, you can email us at purifiedpodcast@gmail.com if you would like to. We still haven't received our very first email from one of our listeners, so hopefully we'll get that soon next year. But that being said, Chris, you want to take us away for the night?
All right. It's been a crazy stream. We had some good spawns.
Can't believe I had to do that in the last podcast of the year, man. I'm like, oh, that's gracious.
You're a hardcore Pokemon Go player, man.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Hope you guys get them shinies, get them rare spawns, and keep chugging along, get them Pokemon you want. Let us know what you guys get on Twitter, in Discord. Join the Discord. It's been a fun ride. Hope you guys are looking forward to the future of the game. We're looking forward to doing it with you guys. It's been amazing, and I have a lot to look forward to in the game, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys. Happy New Year. Close it out as well as you can, and we'll see you guys next year. Have a good night, guys.